How y'all doing? Hey, we're
filming this for the second time now.
Second. Teamwork didn't work. My team didn't turn the microphone on the first time. When it comes to your high-performing skills, one of them might be make sure the microphone is on.
It was nice that we were talking about my high-performing group skills as we realized that we didn't set this up right.
But last week we hit on the suicide thing.
Yeah.
And suicide prevention.
A serious talk for us.
Sobering.
Yeah. I mean, we both have personal experiences with the topic, so it's not easy to talk about, but I'm sure a lot of us in the industry also can connect with that, so I'm happy we were able to articulate that discussion.
But one of the funny takeaways, we were in Washington.
Yep.
With a chapters, 87 chapters.
And the California chapter was there.
California's chapter was a little upset with us. Sorry, Peter. Little upset because we equate or define passing away on the East Coast
right.
as moving to the West Coast.
Right.
Right? Because once somebody moves to the West Coast, you never see them again anyway.
Right.
So it's, in my mind, kind of similar.
It's easier for you to understand and to cope with someone's passing as them just moving to California.
They moved to California.
So that's
right.
Cool. And that's a method that you've created to help kind of relieve the stress in your personal life.
Correct.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's very responsible.
Is it?
I'm serious.
Then my team
Us.
understands
Yeah.
when I say John Black moved to California,
Yeah.
that might be a bad day for me.
Maybe we'll get you a bagel with some cream cheese.
Yeah.
And ask how
Do
you're
you
doing.
put the cream cheese on the bagel
No.
or do you get it on the side?
I know your order. You want a cream cheese. You want a plain bagel toasted with cream cheese on the side, and you like salt on the cream cheese.
Okay. That's pretty good teamwork right there.
Yeah, it is.
But I really would like to take a minute and talk about.
Well, if you look at our industry, I mean, a lot of what we do in construction is centered around teamwork.
Well,
so
it is.
if you look at our industry, like our employees, I would say most of them, and I mean this, I'd say most of our employees have better teamwork ability than half of the other industries out there. I think the work that we do not only is you're in charge of not killing me, that's one aspect of it, is the weight of what we're doing, but also you put in the adversity of the shit that goes wrong on a job site, and we're tasked with solving that together. I think the construction industry as a whole has a crazy amount of teamwork, and I think our workforce is far ahead than most other industries in terms of working together.
Okay. So one of the big things, and you see it within our industry, is when we're talking team and teamwork, lending a hand.
Huge.
When I see you need help,
Yeah.
I'll give you a hand.
And then
right?
what that does to me is I say, shit, he just helped me out. That's,
now you owe me?
Yeah. No, I'm serious, but that's how teamwork, that's how it works, right? I'm down a morning or I'm late for work and Richard has to open up the office for me. The next day I say, or a week later I say, all right, I'm pretty early today. I'm going to text Richard and tell him I'll open the office.
Okay.
Along those lines. But I think that's a big part of teamwork is helping someone else out. And then, it's nice when they also return the favor and it's kind of a mutual helping
Lending
out.
a hand.
Lending a hand.
Okay. Cleaning up a mess. A mess that could be unsafe, a mess that could be, whether you made it, I made it, who cares?
Right.
We pick up that mess and we just, again, lend a hand. Just keep moving forward.
You mentioned it a lot last year in training season, but you always talked about how a lot of these arguments that we run into in life is you and I will probably agree on 80% of what we're arguing about, but we focus on the 20% of what we don't agree on. And we focus on that 20% way more than we should. And in reality, we should step back and say, oh shit, we actually agree on most of this. Let's just kind of put that 20% aside, or let's find a way where we can agree on the 20%.
Well, that's the argument, though. The minute we get into that 20%, it takes up all our time. If we can just take the 80%, move forward.
And deal with the 20 later.
We'll deal with that 20 when we have to.
Yeah, let's start with what we agree on, focus on what we don't later.
Identifying and letting other team members know that we may have a defective tool, a defective piece of equipment, And
like,
working to get that either replaced or repaired.
How about a dead battery or a battery that's been low that you've had to jump for 3 months and no one tells the mechanic, hey, we should probably get a new battery, right? And then every single person in the morning moans and groans and say, what the shit?
Yeah.
The battery won't start. This thing's been dead for months. What the hell? Blah, blah, blah. But then they're probably going to, moan, why hasn't the mechanic fixed this? Blah, blah, blah. But if they don't know that the battery's been low and we've had to jump it, how are they going to know to come change it?
That's correct.
Right?
Sharing.
And so it's easy just to say, oh, the mechanic, blah, blah, blah. But really, there's a breakdown of communication there. We're not being good teammates.
And to be a good team, successful team, it takes everyone working together.
That's the hardest part.
Regardless of how we feel, what we think, that 20%, it's just all of us working for the 80% of the good of the team.
And I think it's especially tough at work because you don't get to choose your team. I mean, some people do, but in terms of like these larger, like if I'm not in charge of hiring, I don't get to pick who I get to work with, right?
Right.
So I think that's another hard part too, is realizing that not all this teamwork stuff, you're going to be on teams with people who you wouldn't normally hang out with. Hey.
So, there's several different areas of this teamwork thing and communication thing, but if we're going to look at vision and success, we got to have comparable goals.
Right.
We got to be able to get to those
goals.
Yeah,
a common goal.
Right.
And you're able to look at that common goal and say, I'm willing to make some sacrifices here because I know in the end we're all going to get that one thing we've been working for.
One of those pieces when it comes to goals is it'd be nice if from time to time, maybe next week, a work group, got together and answered a few simple questions. Right down below, Missy.
I think it's a good idea.
We got Missy to put those questions like right there.
Missy's the best in the business, so she can do anything.
She can do a lot of stuff.
Anything.
You were giving me a hard time because I might have confiscated these questions.
And then you
from
justified
another
it by
group.
saying that you were stealing for the betterment of the team?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions here. We're going to do an exercise, okay?
What makes working
hell?
on a team difficult?
I just answered this question. Working on a team, the most difficult point in my eyes of working on a team is A, you are out of your comfort zone because you're typically, especially in this society, you're kind of working for your own achievement, your own goals, right?
Right.
When you get put in that team, you're shifted, your goals are shifted, and now you have to focus on not just what you want, but you have to focus on what everyone in your team wants. And again, it's working with people who you might normally not associate with.
What are the characteristics of a high-performing team?
High-performing team is A, they're flexible. B, they're able to see that common goal and not just think about themselves. And I would say the third one would be
Communication!
yeah, I was going there.
Yeah, you weren't even close.
Yeah.
You had friggin' lost track of what you were saying.
Flexibility, the ability to work with others, and communication, or
Okay.
good communication.
Okay. So, when you look at yourself, what are your 3 things you bring to a high-performing team?
I've got good energy, positive energy, okay? I'm very good with my communicating skills. I am. And I would say the third is I'm really flexible. So like, especially with anyone that knows, what it's like working with you, like plans can change with a flip of a coin, right? We can spend 3 days planning something and then it could all get changed in the last like hour. It's the same thing in the construction industry, right? You can have a whole plan set up for a safety plan for a project or whatever, and then one thing changes and you're like, shit, we got to rework this whole thing.
Correct.
And so
But that is, again, success may be different for each individual out there, and we have to have a shared vision to get there.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Teamwork is important. And we can, when you look at the question and answer sheet, look below, it talks about communication, it talks about soft skills, it talks about a bunch of stuff in there. And you can answer those, or you could go through them, you could do a self-survey type thing. The important thing, though, is identify what it takes to be a high-performing team and what it takes for you to be a high-performing individual within that team.
And I think also just taking time to remember throughout the day, like when you're pissed off and you want to go home, just remembering that all the stuff that you're doing is helping people more than just you.
Correct.
And sometimes it helps, like when I'm in a negative mood and I can say, you know, what I'm doing right now isn't just for me. You know, people are relying on me to help them. And I think sometimes that helps a lot when you stop, because I have that tendency sometimes to get stuck in the headspace of I'm doing this for me and I'm like, this is for my benefit. And then you remember, like, holy shit, I don't need to just go to work today to make money. I need to go to work today because Richard's relying on me, Sarah is relying on me, and I've got 200 plus members who might need me today. And that's why I need to be there. It's not just because I need money.
So yesterday when you were napping in your chair, was that a negative time for you, or was that just downtime? Was that team time? Were you re-energizing for the team?
I'm like the young dogs. Young dogs, they adapt to their environment. And so when there's a senior dog taking a nap at his desk at 3:45, the young dog, sometimes when he left at the office and he's had a long day, he might think it's okay to take a nap at 3:45.
So, hey, teamwork is what's going to make this happen.
But again, I think our industry is already killing it. I mean, if you look at what we do in Vermont construction and the companies that I'm able to experience, and that you allow me to come see your space and team and allow me to work with your employees, I think the construction industry leads the way with teamwork. I really do.
Remember, there's a couple good links down below. Just Missy put those in. And there's other things. The other link that's down below is our 45-second video on winning.
We got the mock.
We got the big award. Top performing chapter.
Thank you for allowing me to experience DC. It was my second time there.
Luckily, the guard had been through and they were gone.
Who?
That took teamwork. Cleaning out DC so we could walk around.
Cut this, Missy. Cut all of that. We're not getting into politics. No politics.
Luckily, it was safe for us to be on the streets. Thank you all for joining us today. Really appreciate it. We'll be back next week.
And if you want to hire me for maybe $10,000 to $11,000 to come speak about teamwork at your company for maybe, I think right now we're doing an hour. I can walk back and forth and go, yeah, teamwork. Teamwork starts with you.
And don't forget, you matter.
Yeah, you matter.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's all important stuff.
Yeah.
Richard.
Oh, Ben. We also gotta get the clippy mics, so we don't have to.
We're here for you. If there's anything we can do, give us a call.
Or you just want to talk to us on the phone.
802-223-2374.
23. Yes.
Or email Sarah, SARAH at agcvt.org. That was kind of like teamwork we had going teamwork. Right there.
We could hire us. You could hire us both for $25,000.
Yeah. I can't believe what speakers are getting today.
Isn't that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You clip a little mic on here. You walk around and you point at people, and then they give you $25,000.
That's all it takes.
No, don't quote me on this, but
hey, thank you. Have a good day. Very well done.
Yeah, that was pretty good. They can go.